Hi, Loi, how are you?
Hey, Vinay, long time no see.
Yes, likewise. Thank you for taking time to speak to us. Let's get started. Uh, you've helped Bird, your previous organization, and you've been part of the journey that has scaled from 40 million revenue to several hundred million revenue in less than 5 years. That's one. What's one counterintuitive decision that has made the biggest impact?
Right, so my friend Vinay here is also like part of the team that made that happen, right? And I think working with the sales team very closely. One of the things that I think I have noticed over the years that working the tech space, there's always a new shiny things that come up all the time, right? So when I came out, it was like actually my first company was an AI company 10 years ago, right? And then there was cloud, there was big data, there was e-commerce, yeah, there's so many things in between. But then for the sellers, like what helped them to make the number is really it's not the new shiny thing. It's actually what they planned for and build up their pipeline in the past, let's say 2-3 quarters ahead of that, right? So I think one of the kind of thing I've seen with very successful seller managers region is that whatever strategy they've already built on, try to stick with it maybe for at least 1 or 2 quarter more, make your number, and then you'll see if the new things stick, right? And then you can try to pivot your strategy by that point. It
Yeah,
probably is not too late, right? There's not really that many kind of major shift that can kill your business right away, right? So you have some time
yeah.
to
Unless you keep moving to
readjust.
new shiny objects, which some people do, right?
Right.
So, Loy, obviously, as a sales ops leader, and you've been part of the company for a very long time, when you're building or rebuilding the global sales or operations function across several countries, what has been your oh shit moment where everything almost broke down?
So I would say, I mean, I'm kind of like kind of scrappy, build everything from scratch, very flexible. So I like kind of the dynamic, character, chaotic characteristic of like the startup strategy, people, product in general. But then when we scale, and that's when you're like, let's say if we haven't hired enough people, so when I was still like have the lone man in the team, then I have to try to be more efficient as well. So this came up with like building more automation into tools like
Yeah,
Salesforce CRM, creating a lot of spreadsheet, using SQL to like just automate a lot of reports. But I think there's always a trade-off between kind of like flexibility and speed and efficiency.
if you get a
Yes.
lot of demand from leaders, sales team members to keep changing the sales operations,
All
how
the
fun
time.
is that?
Well, I mean, just within MessageBird, right? There'd been like like 5 product added throughout the year, like minimum, and then like so many changes strategy, changing team structure, kind of like dividing the region, the team,
Yeah,
the product, like yeah, like I mean, I think one of the things that I think maybe people don't really appreciate about like some of these back end work is that like this small change doesn't happen immediately. Like it's not magical, right? Actually,
yeah, we take it for
someone needs to
granted, don't we? Or sellers take it for granted that hey, Loy or sales ops fix this, or why can't it be fixed, or why
yeah,
is it
yeah,
done by today?
yeah.
I know I
So
have
that's
called
why
you
we need
many
a
times
team.
in the past and said, why hasn't this been completed? So,
Right, right. So that's why we need like actually that many people in the team. Like each of us like take care of like one special function that we can kind of
yeah.
try to specialize and optimize, right?
So you merged two different Salesforce instances of two different business lines, and then in a record few months, and then eventually were asked to also merge it back into or migrate it into custom built company's own CRM. What was the toughest part of that, or what is the ugliest moment and the happiest moment in that?
I think changing like a tool is always painful. Like you have to build everything again from scratch. Even in the case of like when we merge two Salesforce instance together, right? So the data is one thing. At the time, I think we worked with a contractor, and the experience is kind of not really fun, to be honest. Like if we have someone in house, that would be the best, right? But if we
Yeah,
don't have the technical expertise, then yeah, like, sometimes you have to kind of just manage the expectation with the external party. You have
yeah.
to
What
switch.
what is the key to success, and or what leads to failure, or rather, because everybody talks about success, but what leads to failure?
I think one is like try to make the decision of your tooling as early as you can, so you
Yeah,
avoid the pain. So you can just like keep building up and avoid like all of these like technical debt, I would say. And then second is I think once you rip the band-aid off as early as you can and just like
yeah,
move the process and try like take the pain one time, I said
You know.
we did it in like a very quick time frame. It's out of necessity, not really because either we do it quickly and then save ourselves a lot of trouble in the future. Otherwise, yeah, you would just like keep living on with that pain for a while.
I'm going to take you back in time. Imagine you're 21, fresh out of NUS. What advice would you whisper to yourself before
Right.
jumping
So
into a role or sales operations? Yeah.
I would say try to move away quickly from number in finance and more into like product, customer
Yeah.
understanding, like sales, and then where I think in the sales operation role I can add value the most is like really to understand the people in the team.
So I'm going to go to the next part of the segment. This is the fun part. It's called rapid fire. You're not going to have time to think. It's going to be, you can answer in a few words only, not in long sentences. So you ready for that, Loi?
All right, okay.
All right. Startup chaos or enterprise structure? Which would you choose?
Always start out.
Startup chaos. I wouldn't agree more. I left mine to build 26 ideas, and it's been amazing. It's chaos. Excel wizardry means be a master of Excel or SQL mastery.
I'm an Excel guy. Yeah.
Okay, next one. The tool you cannot live without: Salesforce, HubSpot, Google Sheets.
Yeah, Google Sheet.
How many sheets you must have created, in your career?
Must be hundreds.
Last one. Biggest blooper moment in a client or a C-level leadership meeting, and you got to bet it all.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, I haven't made such a big blooper to like sea level, right? I think the biggest one, I think my like Tableau dashboard at one point, just like I prepared, trying to make it run live, and then I think my CEO at the time didn't really like consult me when to use it. Just he go in and like take the number, right? Maybe I haven't
And it was
refreshed it
wrong?
or something. Yeah, it was like off, right? Yeah, and he
Oh my
forward to the board, and I have to go back and like did some massaging to say, and it was like I'm pretty sure it's for like fundraising round. So
Well, that's awesome. Loi, thank you so much for taking time to speak with 26 Ideas with me as Vinay Bhartiya and 26 Ideas Young Founders. It's been an absolute pleasure. Is there anything else you'd like to say as we close this?
good luck on your journey. I think it's hard, right? I mean, like, I'm still haven't done anything myself. Still have an outside observer. So really big respect to anyone who is stepping into the arena and go for it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much again. Thank you, Loi.
Thanks, Vinay.